All right, I'm back on Farm Sim 2019, and we're back on what was the name of this thing? Red River Valley. So I made a few changes since I did the live stream a couple days ago, and we'll take a look at that here. I was messing around. Oh, I just fell to my death. Hang on. Turn that on, and this, and kick this up to 4,000. Back. All right. Hey, Wayne, are you home? I've been checking on Red Dead Xbox every day to see if you were back yet. When I went in yesterday, it said it'd been 15 days. You're home now, huh? I went in and finished the Halloween pass. Only took me one day. Scorpion, sound check, video sound check, mic, all good. Yeah, hey, I got my new curved 32-inch monitor today, so it's I'm trying to get used to this new technology here. The colors are different. Um, that's pretty common though. My mom calls. Well, I shouldn't say she calls me all the time, but every time she's had a piece of equipment go out, like a TV or a VCR, which we don't have anymore, but DVD player. She always calls me to get advice. What should I get? And when it comes to TVs, I always tell her the same thing. I go to a store that has all their TVs running on some kind of a HBO or some whatever they've got them running. I said, go to each one of them. You want to pick out the one that has the sharpest picture to you and the color that you like. So, if this one looks like it's got more realistic colors to you and it's a sharper picture than the one to the left of it, I said, then the third thing you want to check is what the price. So you want the one that has the sharpest picture, the best color, and the cheapest price, and that's the one you want to buy. And the thing is, if you've got two people standing next to you, one of them's going to say that one's got better color, and you're going to say, no, that one does. Well, that one's sharper, and you're going to say, no, that one is. Everybody's eyes are different. So I tell her, make sure you got the one with the best color, the best picture, and the cheapest price, and that's the one you want. Anyway, there you go. Um, okay, so when I started this map last week, or Tuesday, I guess it was, I had this field and that field. Since then, I bought this field up here in the corner up here. I bought this one, and I bought the one above. Actually, I bought the two above. I bought this triangular looking shaped one right here, and I bought the one above it. So there's actually, if you put them together, it's kind of a big square field with a bunch of trees in it. But there you go. I bought these, so I've got all of these in corn right now, and they're all growing, so I'm just waiting for that to happen. Um, I finished the harvest, and I got the barley and the wheat, and it's in storage. I need barley and corn to make the whiskey, and so I'm gonna do a full harvest of corn, and then I'm gonna do a full harvest of something else. I decided not to do like corn on this and soybeans on that one and cotton on that one, and you didn't know what I mean. I'm just gonna do one harvest of whatever, just for hoots and giggles. What? Your Xbox took a dump. What model is it? Is it Xbox One, or are you still using the 360? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and rush some time along here. So let's get that done. Going the next day. Well, that's not good news. Do you have a PC that you use? Or you just use an Xbox? Xbox One. Wow. I've got the Xbox One S. It's probably a newer model than yours. I never buy the first one out. I always wait till they improve it. I did the same thing with the PlayStation. I got the PlayStation 4, but I got the PlayStation 4 Pro. I waited until I get all the bugs out of the first issue, and then I'll buy one. Just the kind of guy I am, if you know what I mean. So my setup, I didn't bother to clean anything. I still have that to do, but I'm talking about a lot of work, taking every bit of my equipment apart off the table. I need to move the table so that I can get back to the wall. I need to get back to the wall because I've got a 55-inch TV setting behind the monitors, and it's sitting on a stand that I built out of 2x4s. I don't like that. I want to mount it to the wall. I already have the wall mount, but I need to get the table out of the way before I can put it on the wall. So I'm talking a lot of work, and it needs to be done. It really does, because there's dust bunnies back there the size of my foot. But it's a lot of work. In the meantime, I just set it up, and I'm kind of getting used to the setup now. But now I'm back to 4 monitors now. I've got the 2 that are on this gaming PC are both 4K, where the other one doesn't do 4K. It's my workhorse computer that does all my video stuff on it, my rendering and that kind of stuff. Anyway, corn's not up. Let's go into the next day. Let me go around close to noonish, I guess. Or at least till the fog goes away. That would be noonish. Alright, so corn is coming. Let's see if time catches up here. And now that's weird because oh, there it goes. I was going to say that's weird because I planted this before I planted those new fields like that one above it. Weird. Okay, so I guess it's time to harvest. I've only got one harvester. I may have to buy another one, and let's get this one going though, because I need to get my corn header, my cornholio. Let me get rid of this thingamabobber here. Yeah, Jeff and I were playing Final Fantasy right up to 1 o'clock, and I didn't realize Jeff finally said, "You know you're out of time." I said, "What?" He says, "It's 1 o'clock." Oh my God, I'm supposed to be live streaming. So. But Jeff's home today. He's supposed to be working, but one of his clients got COVID, and so they've got her quarantined. He does in-home care, right? So one of his clients has COVID, and one of his coworkers has it, and they think that the coworker gave it to the client. So anyway, so Jeff, he's got a really good job. His in-home care, his boss tells him to log in, so he's on the clock, but he's at home. He doesn't have to work because it's not his fault that that the client's not available. So I thought that's pretty nice of of this boss to do that kind of thing. He knows that this is Jeff's only income, and he doesn't get paid if he doesn't work. So Wayne, you have a gaming laptop, huh? You probably don't own Red Dead on the PC though, do you? You might have to invest in that. Uh-oh, I just knocked the sign over. Okay, if this has windrow, I don't think I want the windrow, because I don't want to take the time to mess with it. So I'm going to turn the windrow off. And just let it spray. Because I already have straw from the wheat that I just did, and I don't have animals yet, so I don't really need the straw. And it doesn't really pay that much. It's sure a pain in the ass to deal with, though. You have a gaming laptop just to play Astroneer. That's funny. It's a sign harvester. Hey, Jorgen, how you doing? I can't see. Where's my field? Jorgen's in the house, everybody. Yeah, so every day, Wayne, every day I went in early in the morning and I put that interactive map on, and I buy the Halloween pass for one of my characters, and I start the collection process. All 4 sets of tarot cards, the alcohol bottles, and the heirlooms. I gave up on the eggs. I just get so pissed off at the eggs. Half the time you shoot an egg and it doesn't fall, and then you're screwed, and it's just a pain in the ass. So I don't do the eggs anymore. I mean, I do them when I'm out and about, but I don't do the collection where I go out and try to get the whole set. I do them when I'm out and about and I see them, and eventually you get all of them that way. But I don't do it when I'm doing my collection run. Now, the 2 PC accounts, I'm able to do them at the same time. So I'll put my map up and I'll log into both accounts, on one on each PC, and I'll get one of them on horseback, and I'll put the other one behind him or her. One's a male, one's a female. And so I just run to the next item. I jump off and go collect the item. I run back to the horse, and I take the other controller, and I jump off the horse with the second character, and I run and get the collectible item, and then we're off for the next one. So I can do 2 accounts at the same time that way. But the others, I've got 3 accounts or 4 accounts, I can't remember, on the PlayStation. And then I have one on the Xbox. So each day I log on to one of the accounts, and I finished the last one last night. The last one happened to be Addie's account. And so all the Halloween passes are done now. And I didn't get any of them for free because I missed the first Outlaw Pass. If you got all the 4 Outlaw passes, they would have given me a free copy of the Halloween pass. But I took a little bit of a time off hiatus and didn't buy the first one. And I came on right after the first one ended, and they started talking about giving you a free Halloween pass, and I didn't get it. You do your accounting? I wish I had enough finances to do accounting. I'm just kidding. I'm on a fixed income now. It's a little easier to do taxes than it used to be. Rainbow Six Siege. I do some games like that, but if they're any way associated with strictly a first-person shooter and co-op or online, I can't do them because I can't compete with people. I just can't compete with people. I'm not good enough. I'm not fast enough to compete with anybody else. So I don't like first-person shooters for that reason. I can give you an example. Wayne and I are playing Red Dead Redemption, right, online. If some other character comes on and starts attacking me, I could be level 150, and he could be level 30, and he would kick my ass because I'm just not very good at playing PvP at all. So I don't care for first-person shooters very much. Now, some of the games are more of a stealth game, and I can play those, like the Rainbow Siege, that kind of thing. I've never played that one, so I don't know what it's like. But I have played games. What's the one where the guy yells snake all the time? God, I can't think of it. I've played all of those games. You got the game on Tuesday? Last Tuesday? I don't know. Is there a circuit? Is there a circuit button on it? Or do you have it hooked to a surge protector that may be snapped off or something? I'd try completely unplugging everything and plugging it into another outlet and see what happens. Yeah, spell check. I turn spell check off. I hate that crap. I would just as soon misspell the word than to have spell check type a word in there that I don't want. You know, like I went to a pawn shop and the stupid spell check will say I went to a porn shop. What would you rather do? Misspell pawn or have people think you go to a porn shop? Just my personal preference. I turn those damn things off. Just like on my cell phone, I hate those programs that try to fill the sentence in for you. Did you guys see that news article about, I won't mention her name, because every time I do, she hears me. Scorpion knows. Scorpion can tell you who it is. But some people were talking about a friend of theirs. And I don't know if what they were saying was derogatory or something bad about their friend. But the person, whom I don't want to say her name, recorded the conversation and then sent it to the person that they were talking about. without them even knowing it. And that was, yeah, Scorpion's got it. That was on the news. I think these people were livid. And you know what, the people that own those things, like, what was it? The guy, the CEO of Google, the CEO of Google, when somebody asked him about the privacy issues and them recording stuff, and his answer was so arrogant. If you have something to say that you don't want anybody to know about, then maybe you shouldn't be saying it. That was his reason. So they have every right to record what you say and do whatever they want with it. Because if you shouldn't have said it if you didn't want anybody to hear it. Yeah, try a new cable. Wayne, have you got a 2-story house? How tall's your house? Wouldn't matter, even if it's 1 story. Have you tried? Do you have a ladder? If you have a ladder, go outside, put the ladder on the side of the house, take the Xbox up on the roof with you, and throw it off onto the sidewalk and see if it fixes it. Right, I was going to get another harvester. I'm trying to get used to this curved screen. It really is nice. Everything's sharp and clear. And I got a pretty good deal on it. It was a $450 monitor I got for $320. And the refresh rate is the same as my PC, so it's compatible and works very well. And the FPS is good. All right, Trelleborg standard wheels, wide tires, global positioning. Pick that up. You weren't sold on the curved monitors. I didn't have anything to sell me on it. I just wanted a bigger, newer 4K monitor. And the only difference I could tell on it was basically that with the curvation, your eyes don't have to keep going in and out of focus on the edges. Hey, I'm on this damn thing 8 hours a day. If my eyes don't have to focus that much, then maybe it's worth it. There wasn't anything else to sell me on. The picture's as good as my other 4K. It's just bigger. It's a little bit brighter than my other one. I need whoops. I need another header. Let's see. I think I put some modded headers in this folder that I didn't have before. Yeah, I got this Quasar over here. I'm going to try it. It's 24 miles an hour header, so let me try that. And then, how many of those do I have? I only have one of those. Okay, I might have to switch. Also, on the regular headers, I'm having trouble with the Iconics. You've seen me have trouble with it, where they look like they're dragging on the ground, and they slow the combine down. I've got this AGCO PowerFlow that's a 50-footer that works pretty good. But I also have this Case Draper, a 45-foot Draper. Now, this one is made for the combine that I'm using. So I've got it. And that's, if you notice, it's higher up off the ground. It's a lot higher off the ground than the Iconics. And it was the one that came with this mod here. It's a separate mod. It's not the same. You don't. It's a separate mod. But notice it's up off the ground quite high, so you don't have to worry about it scraping the ground, which is nice. All right, I need a worker. I don't want to work. I'm not going to work. Let's grab Dar out of here and have her go get this new combine here. Single, laugh out loud, that will fix it. You betcha. Jorgen says, I see when I play with friends and my phone is near, Siri will turn on, and it creeps me out because she will answer as well. My phone is in Norwegian. So she speaks Norwegian. Well, just speaking Norwegian would scare me. But you can, things change with those. Yeah. Yeah, this new technology, I tell you, I'm being proven correct. When cell phones came out, I thought, well, that's good. I like cell phones. That's cool. I like that. When the internet came out, oh, yeah, that's cool. That's great. But as soon as the cell phone started becoming a miniature computer, I said the cell phone is going to be the downfall of civilization. Now you look what's happening now with cell phones. People don't talk to each other anymore in real life. They don't even talk to each other on the phone much anymore. They text each other. When they text each other, they don't even spell the words out. They use hieroglyphics and all kinds of crap-a-doodle-doo. So we're going backwards in intelligence. As they're texting, they're driving. As they're texting, they're walking down the street looking at their phone at the ground, and they're not looking at traffic, and they're stepping into traffic without even looking to see if there's a car coming. I mean, we're just going backwards in time and intelligence because of cell phones. If you're worried about your computer being monitored and people getting information off of it, you should really be worried about the telephones, because the computers, there's still things that are safe on a computer, somewhat. There are still things that you can do to protect your PC and your information. On a phone, there's not. On the phone, they can get every single thing that happens on that phone. They can get that information off of it. Yeah, you're watching on the phone. Yeah, so is everybody else. That's the point. I know. I told you that story. I went into a restaurant. I told Carol to look around. Every single table, people were on their cell phones. Every single one in the restaurant except for us. And there was a young family, a man and a wife, a girl and a boy, and they were in their early teens. Like maybe the younger one was probably maybe 11 or 12, and the older one was probably 13 or 14. And they all had cell phones, and they were all texting away. And it was funny to watch because they were just texting. They would stop for just a second to grab a great big fork of food and shovel it in their mouth and then go back to texting. All four of them. And I told Carol, I said, I wonder if they're texting each other. And I thought, wouldn't that be funny? I was probably right. They may have been. Like the mom, can you see it now? How was your school day? It was great, Mom. Nothing happened. How are your teachers? Oh, they're shit. I mean, you can see the conversations going on between them. November 11th, huh? Well, we'll see. Yeah, the only reason I carry my phone outside the house, but if I go into the doctor, my phone's in the glove compartment or hidden under a seat or something. I don't want it stolen, but I don't want to take it with me either. Um, if I go grocery shopping, I don't take my phone with me. When I'm sitting at home, I don't need the phone. I've got my computer. And I don't do social network anyway, so I don't do Facebook. I don't do Twitter. I don't Google. I DuckDuckGo. Damn, that's loud. I have Discord, but I'm never on it. I should be. I should be, because that's part of my business here. But I don't. Because I just don't. I mean, one of the things with me, though, is people will say, well, why don't you use your cell phone more? And I say, because I don't have anything to say. You know, why don't you call your friends more? Well, for one thing, I don't have any friends. But when you call them, when I call, what do you talk about? What is there to talk about? I'll call them up and say, hey, how's the weather there? Oh, it's sunny. Oh, it's raining here. Is it supposed to rain all week? I guess so. Oh, okay. Well, what else is going on? Nothing. What's going on with you? Nothing. What's the last movie you saw? Oh, I don't remember, but it wasn't any good. I mean, and then, okay, well, good talking to you. Bye. I can't think of anything to say. It just amazes me. My wife and I will be walking through the grocery store, and there'll be somebody just yapping away, down, up, down each aisle, up, down each aisle. I think, what the hell do people have to talk about? They can't wait long enough for them to get home. I don't get it. Yeah, there's the trade again. Yeah. Well, hey, don't take this the wrong way, Jorgen, but I don't see any reason why somebody should have a telephone in class. I don't. I can understand having a telephone if after school you need to be picked up and so you need to call your parents or that kind of thing. But to have it in class, I don't understand. You know what? I don't get it. Oh, guess what's happening here now? The school has new policy on COVID, and their new policy is that if you are tired, as I'm talking about the students now, if you're tired or you think you might have a slight headache, or you have a little bit of a cough, and it doesn't matter whether it's a clearing your throat, like right now there's allergies in the air, and you'll hear me every once in a while go like that. If they do that, they immediately send them home for 3 days until they can be checked for COVID. And so they've got kids coming in by the dozens saying they have a headache so they can be sent home. And they've got so many kids doing it that they're now having a city hall meeting to discuss whether the kids should be sent home permanently and do school from computers and not even have school anymore. Ridiculous. Grocery list on the phone, that's a good idea. Now, see, you're not using it, though, for social networking while you're doing that. You're just using it as a tool. You know what I mean? Jurgen says he hates allergies. Yeah, some people have them worse. Mine are not bad. Mine are really not bad at all. I just get sometimes a little bit of a scratchy throat. Not bad. The worst thing for me that are allergies are at certain times of the year, like right now, when I get up in the morning, my eyes are all gooey. You know, I have to clear my eyes out because they're all gooey, and then, you know, I get a little bit of a throat thing where I got to kind of clear my throat. If I get something hot, like right now I'm drinking a hot cup of tea, and that clears it up. My voice doesn't sound too bad today. Well, my voice doesn't sound any worse than usual, let's put it that way. I don't like my voice. I don't like to listen to my... Oh, you should hear. It makes Carol laugh. Carol will come in, and I'll go to my webpage. And on my... Not my webpage, on to my YouTube page. And on my YouTube page, there is a video that will occasionally automatically play welcoming you to my YouTube page. And every time it does, I'll say, "Oh, shut the hell up." And I'll turn it off, and Carol will laugh. And she said, "Isn't that you?" And I said, "Yeah, it is. I hate my voice. I don't like to hear it." Scorpion's got allergies. But don't you have asthma too, don't you? Allergies and asthma. What a terrible combination, you know what I mean? Use your phone a lot. That I don't have anything to, you know, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with you having a phone and using it all the time. I'm just saying that it's getting really, really bad, because if you told me that I have my phone with me and I use it a lot, and then I ask you, do you have any friends? Oh yeah, lots of friends. Well, when do you see them? I see them every day. After school, we go out and play baseball. After school, we go riding around. During on the weekends, we go do this, we go do that. Okay, I'm a happy man. If you tell me that you've got your phone, and yeah, I talked to my friends this morning on the phone. Did you actually talk to them? No, we texted back and forth. When's the last time you actually went and did anything with them? Oh, we don't do anything anymore. We just text on the phone. That's what I'm talking about. That kind of stuff right there is going to be the downfall of civilization. You know, people don't talk to each other anymore. They don't do anything. They don't know each other anymore. They know who you are on YouTube, let's say. That's why I've always said, if you talk to me on YouTube and you talk to me in real life, you wouldn't see any difference. I'm no different on YouTube than I am in real life, and I think that's one of the reasons why I don't do so well on YouTube. You know, I'm not popular. I'm not, I don't have millions of subscribers and stuff like that, because I am what I am. But a lot of people nowadays, the persona that they have on their cell phones and their Facebook, and it's not what they're really like in real life. It's who they think that is the coolest for other people. You know, it's like these kids that dress up and paint their faces and act a certain way because they think it's a popular thing to do. And eventually, what they're doing becomes who they are. There's a big thing that's happening now that researchers are looking into, where young kids now will watch somebody that has Tourette's. And if you know what Tourette's is, it's a terrible ailment in reality. And they're pretending that they have it to get views on YouTube. And the thing is, though, and the reason why they're doing research is these kids in real life are developing facial tics and voice tics. They're actually developing them in real life because they're pretending to do it on YouTube. And so they're doing studies to find out why that is. Oh, you've got a cat? Yeah, I had that happen on the farm once. It was a cold winter day, and I went out to start my car, and I heard my car turn over, and then I heard a bang, 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 and while I heard that, I heard meow, 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 meow. And I thought, what the hell? And I turned my car off, popped the hood open, and sure enough, cat got caught in a fan. Fortunately, it only got caught by the belt. It didn't get hit by the fan blade. And the cat lived, but we changed its name. I honestly can't remember what we named it, but we called it Drag Racer after that. Because when it ran sideways. It couldn't run straight. It ran sideways. It was weird how it ran, and it was I don't know whether it had a little bit of brain damage or what, but I mean, it lived a full life, and I didn't do it on purpose. But it got cold enough in the wintertime that we had what we called heat plugs in our cars. Now, there are different variations of it. Some of them would go around the radiator hose. Mine was actually a heat plug where you took the plug out of the engine. In the bottom of the engine, there's things that you can unscrew that there's a hole in the engine. And you would unscrew that plug. You'd drain your oil. You'd unscrew that plug. And then you had another plug that went in its place that you screwed back in that had an element in it like your hot water tank has. And it had an electric cord coming out the end. And you'd plug that in at night, and that would keep your oil warm so that when you got up in the morning, your car would start right up. You just unplug it, wind the cord up, and start your car. Well, so the engine was kind of warm, and the cat got under there for warmth. And, I didn't know. I felt bad about it, but, I didn't do it on purpose. On the lower support, yeah. He's just trying to get up off the ground. She was playing one of your own videos today. How many did you actually make? I can't remember. I think I'm still subscribed to your account. I could go look if they're still up. Uh-oh, what's wrong on here? You know what? I better go check the other combine. Oh. I remodded the truck to hold a little bit more product here. The trailers were only set to hold 25,000 each. So that was a total of 50,000. So I have it set now. It does 500,000, I think, or 100,000 each. So it's doing 100,000 now. Where in the hell's... Oh, there it is. Pardon my French. Where's Andy? Did Andy not realize the time is off this week at all? I think Andy's getting tired of watching me. Hey, if you guys ever get tired of watching me, I'm not gonna stop doing this because, hey, nobody new comes on. 50 subs, cool. Put another another two zeros on that, and you'll be where I'm at. Carol keeps asking me why I didn't retire when I said I was going to. She said, "Didn't you say when you reached 5,000 you were going to quit?" I said, "Yeah, I did." "Well, why didn't you?" I said, "I don't know." Oh, he's had his own channel for quite a while. I think, didn't you start your own? Well, you everybody has their own channel. You have to sign up for YouTube. You don't have to put videos up. Didn't you do that when I was playing Farm Sim 15? Can't remember. I'm getting old. It's either 15 or 17. I don't remember. So, Jurgen, what grade are you in? Or do you guys use grades in Norway? Four-year-old. Oh. Well, that would be, that could be 17. Was it 17? Because what if we played 19 now? 2 years? And we had 17 was at least 2 to 3 years. Okay, 15. All right. I'm going to go dump this. We're going to take a dump. Okay, now, let's see. Let me do, I'm going to put a little bit in storage, and I'll put the next load, oh, excuse me. I'll put the next load in the dryer. It was awful. It's an old game. Yeah, I don't even think I could play it now. It was. I did Mass Effect. I played Mass Effect when it first came out, and I tried to play that a while back, and I had to shut it down. The game was so old it wouldn't run right. The graphics were awful. It just, the computers wouldn't load it right. And, hey, you guys been watching the tech news? AMD finally set a fire under Intel, and 7 years later, Intel's now got new CPUs out, new chips out that are really doing well. And I watched a comparison of it. Both Paul's Hardware that I watch, and what's the other guy that Scorpion watches all the time? Jay's 2 Cents. They both have tests on the new CPUs. Testing and comparing the AMD to the Intel. I watched The Dumbest Show last night. If I can't ever pronounce the guy's name, Cano, Reeves, Cayenne Pepper, Canown. I can't pronounce his name. He was in it. It's a new movie called Replicas. God awfulest movie I've seen in a long time, and I only say that well, Carol and I watched it, and both of us got up at several times during the movie and came back and said, "Okay, I wasn't going to come back, but go ahead, restart it." And we finally finished it. And the only reason we did is because he was in it. Because Carol likes him, and he's okay. You know, I don't mind him. I guess he's a hell of a nice guy in real life. But there's been a few movies I've liked of his that were, good. But for the most part, anyway, this movie was so badly written, and the concepts were so idiotic. There's a new term in writing of movies nowadays, and that the term is that this particular thing in the movie happened because the plot needed it. So in other words, it's so ridiculous and unrealistic, but it had to happen because the plot needed it to happen, or the plot couldn't go on. Okay, that particular thing happens in a lot of movies, and it happens occasionally during the movie, but not constantly. In this movie, those concepts happened every 5 minutes. It was so badly written. The science was just ungodly ridiculous. The concept of the movie was stupid. The stuff that they do in it was just, why did he do that? Why would you do that? The reactions they have to things that they're supposed to be doing in the movie is like, my God, why did you do that? The reason why I said it was such an ungodly movie was this. Normally, I can get through a movie that has stuff like that in it, and I can still honestly say that, well, for the last 2 hours, I have been entertained. But at the end of this movie, we both said, oh, thank God it's over. And I can't even say that I was entertained by it. I liked some of the stuff in it, as far as the graphical stuff, some of the special effects I thought were kind of cool. But other than that, I wasn't even entertained by it. Anyway, give it a shot if you want to. I didn't mean to spoil the movie for you. I know that Scorpion likes a lot of movies that I don't really care for. It's called Replicas. It's brand new on Netflix. It wasn't there yesterday or the day before yesterday. It wasn't there. When I logged on yesterday, it was at the top of the list. So I think it's brand new, and it may be a made for Netflix movie called Replicas. And Scorpion will probably like it, because I know that Scorpion likes. I think Scorpion's a little more easily entertained than I am. Yeah, Scorpion, you'll probably like it, because I probably shouldn't look at it as being, well, that would never happen in real life. A bought by Netflix movie? Yeah, it could be. It could be. I don't think it said in Netflix original, so it's probably a movie that bought it because whatever that guy's first name is, Reeves, was in it. I mean, he's a big actor. He's a moneymaker. But even the best of actors have had some stinker movies. Netflix is on your... Well, you can put it on your laptop. I've got it on about 6 or 7 different machines. I've got it on both my PCs. I've got it on my cell phone. I've got it on my Fire Stick upstairs. I also have it on my PlayStation. Carol's got it on her Roku. We've got it on several different things, and the one good thing about Netflix is they'll let you share it with your family. So if my kids want to watch Netflix, I can share my account with them. All right, is this thing out of? Oh shoot, battery just went out on my controller. I thought my truck ran out of fuel. Alrighty then, here we go. So we're in the middle of a winter storm warning time. Started at 2 a.m. Yeah, Johnny Mnemonic. Yeah, there was a good one. Started at 2 a.m. and it's supposed to go till 4 p.m. Supposed to be high winds and surf warning. I haven't actually seen any high winds at all. It's a little bit rainy. Okay, so on the main farm here, the corn dryer works. So I'm going to run this corn in to this corn dryer. I think I already put propane in it. So we should be okay to go. So it should start right up. There it went. There it went. Steam's running. And the steam's actually coming out of the right thing. Amazing. On one farm I'm playing, the steam comes out of the ground about 100 feet away. Weirdest thing I've ever seen. Johnny Mnemonic, yeah, that was... I don't think I ever watched that whole movie. At least Johnny English was supposed to be funny. Was that the name of that movie, Johnny English? There was a movie that Mr. Bean played in, where he played a James Bond character. Was it Johnny English? I can't recall. I will tell you, one of the redeeming things about the movie that I just talked about last night, one of the things that kept me watching was that Alice Eve is in it. And I'm not going to say anything more about that. Oh, it's pirated from a friend's account. What's pirated? The Netflix? Oh, yeah. Well, like I said, Netflix allows family members. It allows you to share your account with family members. So one of my kids, they can't afford Netflix, so they just sign into my account, and they have their own what do you call it? Profile. And I had somebody question me on that. They said, no, they're pirating your account. And I said, no. If you buy Netflix and you look at that, it says right on there that you are allowed to share your login information with family members. And so you don't think that they can tell where you're logging in from, and that they're not logging in from my house, from my, address. They know. They can tell that somebody's logging into my account from a different location. Craig's in the house. Where the hell's Andy? I wonder if Andy's wife is limiting his access to YouTube. Uh-oh, I shut the engine off. And he's in another meeting. You know, there's something wrong with her, by the way. She has her eyes are different color. And it's actually considered a disease. David Bowie's eyes were different color, but he's dead now, of course. Not because his eyes were different color. I think he died of something else. It's the meeting of Andes. He has to meet on top of the Andes. On top of old Andy. He should do his meetings online, and we could join him. Bring your own mug. All right, I may have to remod these trailers because evidently the combines hold a little bit more, because I have to use 3 trailers to get one combine. So I might change it. Each combine holds, what did I say, 50? I might have to change it to 75. Each trailer holding 75. And that way I can get the whole combine with one pass. Oh my God, no. You guys remember Lynn, Arctic Lynn, and she used to do the oot and a boot a little bit. And I was teasing her about that one day, and she said, "You're full of shit. Canadians don't sound like that." I said, "Yeah, they do." I said, "Am I exaggerating it?" "Yes, I am. When they say oot and a boot, that's an exaggeration. Now, if you're talking about Scottish people, no, it's not exaggerating. That's how they talk, oot and a boot. And coos instead of cows, and that kind of thing. Now, the funny part was, after we told her that, she told me I was full of it. And it was, I don't know, a week or so later, she came on and she said, "God damn you." And I said, What? What did I do?" And she said, "After you told me that, I started listening. And you're right. Canadians do talk like that." She said, "I didn't hear myself talking like that." I said, "Yeah, you do. And it's not very pronounced. But there's people in the United States that talk like that too. Minnesota people, they talk like that." Because I had a guy told me one time, "What part of Canada are you from?" And I said, "Okay, me? I'm not from Canada." I said, "I'm an American." He said, "Oh, I thought you were from Canada. You sound like you're from Canada." I said, "No. So I was born and raised in Washington State." And then I told him, I said, "My dad's generation came from Minnesota." And he said, "Oh, that's it. Minnesota people sound just like Canadians." And I thought, well, there you go then. Andy's ears are burning. Andy. What'd you do? Miss your lips and hit your ear with the with the beer mug? How you doing, Andy? Andy's mad at me. He's got his caps lock on or something. I said it before he typed it. Okay, I got a question. Is this supposed to be a border check? Welcome to Minnesota. Is this supposed to be a border check? Because this looks like a border patrol. And if it is, why isn't there a Canadian flag flying here? There's 2 American flags. There should be a Canadian flag. Because if we continue on, the farms now have Canadian flags on them past that point. Yeah, look. There's a Canadian. Oh, they got a wide damn border, I guess. What is this? Purgatory? Between this point and that point is neither America or Canada. It's the Twilight Zone. Right here is the Twilight Zone. You're in between countries. I wonder what you could get away with here. You say hi to Andy, and he says not yet. It's a standard response. Andy, what kind of meetings are you having? Scorpion says you're in meetings every day now. A man without a country. A man with no name. I have a name, you just can't pronounce it. It's Cantnow Reeves. My name is Cantnow Reeves. Carol gets his name right, but then she's actually met the man. Brewmasters meeting. Yeah, Carol met Reeves and Patrick Squeezy. I can't pronounce his name either. They made a movie called Point Break or something like that. Break Point. I can't remember what the name of it was. And part of it was filmed where we live. Part of it, the ending was filmed on the beach here in Oregon, on Cannon Beach. And they were surfing, so they were cold. The water in Oregon, the ocean water, is not warm. It's cold. You don't surf here unless you've got one of those wetsuits. Point Break, yeah. Anyway, the very end of the movie was filmed here because at the end of the movie, you remember they meet on a beach and they're surfing, right? And God, it's been so long since I've seen the movie. I don't remember much of it. Anyway, at the end of the movie, they're on a beach. And they tried to film it in Hawaii. And they couldn't get it filmed because there were too damn many people. Every time they tried to film, they'd have 100 people on the beach and all that kind of stuff. Well, in Oregon at that time of year, there's not a lot of people out on the beach at certain times of the day. So they, and this is not Hawaii. It's very easy for them to block a section of beach off. The beaches are owned by the state, and our beaches are actually considered state highway. It very strangest thing you'll ever see. You'll go down to our beaches, and you'll see a Washington State Patrol car driving up and down the beach because it is considered part of the highway. You can drive on the beach here. And so we do it quite often. We'll take our pickup down, put it in four-wheel drive, and go down the beach, and just drive up down the beach and, you know, watch people as they're doing whatever people do on the beach. But at any rate, so they brought the movie here to do the ending because the movie was done. They just had to do the ending, and they couldn't use Hawaii. So, but the water's cold. So what they did was they put a hot tub on the beach. And when at the times when they weren't filming, Patrick Swayze and whatever his name in Reeves would jump in the hot tub to warm up. Well, Carol had to deliver something to the movie set, and the director was down with the actors, and so she got to go down there and stand by the hot tub, and she got to talk to Patrick Swayze and whatever his name in Reeves. Big time for her. Yeah, he's a Texas boy, ain't he? Patrick Swayze, or wasn't he a Texas boy? Uh-oh, what the hell's going on here? Oh, somebody fell asleep. Andy! Andy's been sitting here for the last hour. Come on, Andy, get to work. There he goes. Keanu? Is that how you pronounce it? Keanu? Now that you say that, it sounds right. I just can't remember. I think it's because every time I go to say it, I see how it's spelled. And I can't tell by the spelling. Keanu. Why would they name him that? Keanu. Is that Hawaiian? Is that Polynesian? Keanu? Why don't you just name him Kenny? Oh, Kenny's dead, that's why. Never mind. You know, it's great not having seasons and precision farming because look, I just finished harvest. Guess what I can do now? I can grab a worker and go right to work with the next harvest. I don't have to wait for 4 or 5 seasons. I can grab a worker. That's a dirty rig. Let's clean it up. I'm gonna run over myself. Oh, that hurt. You know what? I have an itching to watch The Matrix again. And the only reason I haven't done it is I haven't decided whether to watch the other movies with it. The other movies were just so-so. The Matrix was pretty good. And I like to watch the whole series, but I don't know if I'm up for it. Okay, let's grab our GPS route. We're going to flip it. So let's flip it. And then well, crap, I got that stuff to pick up there. Damn it. I don't have another truck or trailer. You know what I could do? I'm just going to plow it under. I don't have another trailer or tractor to pull that quicker picker upper, so I'm just going to plow it under. Yeah, marathons. And I have a habit. I always have. When the movie's over, I don't turn it off. And I don't get up. I watch all the credits. And my son got in the habit of doing that too. So when we watch marathons, we'll sit there and watch all the credits. When we go to a movie theater, we're always the last people out because we sit and watch all the credits. I don't know why. I just have always done that. And when I buy the discs now, I always buy the special edition. So take, for example, The Lord of the Rings. I have all the special editions, and they've got tons and tons of the behind-the-scenes stuff. There's as much behind-the-scenes stuff as there is movie. So when you do a marathon of The Lord of the Rings, literally it'll take us a week to get through it. But Lord of the Rings is a big one we've done marathons on. I also do marathons on, other movies, but Star Wars, we do Star Wars marathons. Indiana Jones, Back to the Future, we've done marathons on those. Anything that they've made sequels to, usually that's any good, we've done a marathon on. Oh, Harry Potter. Yeah, we do a lot of Harry Potter ones. Matter of fact, we just started that with the kids because the kids haven't watched all the Harry Potter ones. So we started with Sorcerer's Stone the other day. Addie's been reading the books, so she feels really special too because she's reading my books and nobody touches my books. Nobody. I don't loan my books out. The first time I saw somebody take one of my books and bend the back or try to bend a page on it, I would shoot them, literally. I don't have paperback books. I don't read paperback books. All of my books are hardbound. And I've got hundreds and hundreds of books. My office is just full of bookshelves. It's my miniature library. Marvel makes you watch all the credits. That's true. I would anyway. Yeah, we've done Marvel ones too. I do split those out though. For example, I'll do all X-Men. If you know what I mean. And then I'll do all Iron Man. A lot of people don't do that. They'll do them in the order they were made. I usually do all Iron Man, all Spider-Man. Well, I shouldn't say I always do it. I have done them in suggested chronological order, but what the hell? Oh, I'm in 33. all the Harry movies. It's kind of sad to watch the Harry movies in a way, because those kids are adults when they're done. It's just like, I guess it's, if you're a parent, it's hard to watch the Harry Potter movies because it's almost like you're growing up with them or they're growing up with you. And it's sad to see that. And the first time I did a marathon, the first thing I thought was, when we were done, I told Carol, I said, this is awful. And she said, why? And I said, it's like I've missed half their lives because the kids grow up so fast. Talk to any parent and they're going to tell you, my God, my kids grew up fast. It just seems like they were babies last year and now they're going to high school. Now, I'm sure Scorpion feels the same way. So by the time we finished the Harry Potter movies, I felt bad. I thought, my God, now they're adults and we'll never see them again. They've left home. They'll never come and visit. They don't write. They don't visit. Yeah, I know, it's neurotic, but what can you say? And if you don't feel that way, then maybe you're not a good parent. I don't know. I shouldn't say that. I know it. I still have a hard time with Addie. She's 13. I said, my God, she's a teenager. What the hell? No, literally, what the hell? She was just a toddler just last year, seemed like. And the worst part is she acts like she's 23 instead of 13, little turd. Your oldest son is 42. My oldest daughter's 40. But then Carol and I didn't have our first kid till she was, she was 30. Yeah, Carol and I didn't meet till we were in our late 20s. Well, she was almost 30. She was 29, I guess, when we married. Yeah, Tub, how many times have I told you that's all I could catch? You've heard me say it a lot. I don't chase women I can't catch. And Erin always is very dramatic. That's my oldest. Erin is so, and she's high maintenance. She said she never wanted kids, and they never have. So her and her husband, they've never had kids. They don't want kids. They treat their animals like kids. But she's always been one for a little bit of drama, and not like Amy. Amy's drama is trouble. Amy always wants to cause trouble. Erin is fanciful. Her drama is more artistic, if that's a thing to say. And I'll give you an example. For some reason, she's always had it in her mind that she was conceived out of wedlock. And it doesn't matter. Every time that I've sat down with her, I said, look at our marriage certificate, Erin. We were married a year before we had you. So no, you weren't married out of wedlock. I thought I was. No. Why would you even think that? I mean, crazy girl. And it's because she like I said, she's her is more fanciful. Her drama is more, it's more fanciful, more dramatic. Uh, Amy's is downright mean. Her drama. She likes to see people fight. She likes people screaming and yelling and pulling their hair out. That's the kind of drama she likes. God, that train is so loud. Well, see, with us, we were older. Like I said, Carol was 30, and Carol had had some kidney problems when she was younger, and her doctor said, "You're perfectly healthy, but if you kids are thinking about having children, I wouldn't wait too damn long." And so we decided, okay, well, we've been married a year. I guess that's long enough. And we decided to go ahead and start a family. Now, there's good and bad with that. The good part is we were both single up until that time, and we were both into careers that we had done most everything we kind of wanted to do. Carol was a high school teacher, and she wanted to travel and was able to do that because in the summertime they had 3 months off. And so during those 3 months, she would take a couple of courses at the college, and the rest of the time she would go on a cruise somewhere. She went to England, she went to France, she's been to Greece, she's been to Hawaii many times because she had friends that lived there, and she was able to go live with them for a period of time. And so Carol got to do the traveling she wanted to do because she was single and had the means to do it. I had done a lot of stuff that I wanted to do. So in that respect, we were able to live our single lives, and now it's time to settle down. On the other hand, we started having a family immediately, which means that it's never been just me and Carol. It never has been. And nowadays, you get your kids back once in a while, so it still isn't just the two of us. Now we've got grandkids. And so, regrettably, we've never been empty nesters. And I think sometimes we kind of regret that because the whole time that we were working and living, we often would talk about when we retire, we'll be able to go there and do this. And you do the things that everybody does. Maybe you should go take a cruise. Well, we've got plenty of time for that when we retire. Oh, maybe you should go visit Arkansas or Texas. Oh, we'll have plenty of time for that when we retire. Well, we retire and we can't because we've got responsibilities. And so it is regrettable. And like I told her many times, well, at least we got to do those things when we were single, a little bit. Scorpions singing again. Just the two of us. I can't remember how the song goes. Who sang that one? That wasn't Donnie and Marie, was it? No, I don't think so. It was more of a rock and roll song, I think, if I remember right. Uh-oh, what happened here? Did we finish this field? Yeah. Finish this field. Time to go work on this one. So it worked. I knocked that sign down yesterday, and it's back up again. So if you knock the sign down and you log off during the night when nobody's looking, the sign elves come out and replant the signs. I'm waiting for Scorpion to Google who sang that song because I can't remember. Carol and I were talking about how lucky we are. You know how people will say we're so lucky because we met somebody that doesn't smoke, or we met somebody that doesn't drink. We met somebody that doesn't carouse around. Those are the kind of things, you know. It's like we met somebody that really has good work ethics, you know. Because if you think about a lot of people get divorced, what do they get divorced over? Money. He smokes and I don't. He said he would quit when we got married. I said I'd marry him if he quit. He said he would. He didn't. He's drunk. He's at the tavern every night. And doesn't come home till 1 o'clock in the morning, 5 days a week. Those kind of things. So we're talking about stuff like that, and she said, "What do you think about?" And I thank God that I married somebody that likes Mexican food. And then it went downhill from there. If you know what I mean. It's I can't imagine being married to somebody who doesn't like Mexican food. You know, really. Grove or something? Hell, I don't know. Let me see if I can find it. Hang on. I got plenty of monitors now I can go to. I just found out that Firefox lets you have themes on your web page, and so I've got a Christmas on one of them, and where's DuckDuckGo? There it is. Bill Withers. Oh, I know who you're thinking of, Grover Washington. So, Grover Washington sang it featuring Bill Withers. Bill Withers was the original one, I think. All of your divorces, yeah, that's too bad. That were job related. They were job related. And you can say, well, my God, wouldn't you think a woman would like a man that was a hard worker? Well, there's different kinds of jobs. There are a lot of women couldn't live with a truck driver because they're gone all the time, and there are a lot of women that can't be married to somebody in the police business because they know that any day they could get shot. So yeah, I can understand that, I suppose. And look at poor Bill Withers. Bill Withers, but his wife doesn't. Right. Some people can't handle a military man. Again, they're gone all the time. Some people just can't put up with a beer master. You know, a beer meister. They spend more time with their keg. I don't know anybody like that, but you just have to imagine it. My foster parents had problems because he was a truck driver, and she fell and broke her pelvis at one point, and she couldn't sleep on a flat bed while she was recuperating, and she got used to sleeping in a recliner chair, And of course, when he came home, she'd be sleeping in a recliner and it'd make him mad. Cameron. Yeah, sounds familiar. How are you? Been a while. Hope you're doing well, Cam. The reason I hesitated, Cameron, is because when you said, I see Cam, and you said, hey man, you remember me? I'm thinking of that little blonde girl that sings. Her name is Cam. What the hell did she sing? She sang the Jolene song, not Diane. It's she wrote a song and sang it about the other woman. You know, Dolly Parton sang about Joanne. You've stolen my man. Okay, so the woman that's singing isn't Jolene. The woman that's singing is Diane. And so Cam wrote a song and sings it about Diane's point of view. So every time I see your name, I'm going to think of that little blonde girl. Just kidding. Just kidding. So what's happening new in your life? Anything? All right, let me reset this and see if I can get close to what I need. That's close enough. Okay. Turn this on. Turn that on. And we're off like a herd of turtles. Scorpion, you remember Cam? Oh, by the way, Wayne says he's gone all the time. Yeah, that's why we get mad at you. Because you're never here either. Where the hell's Wayne at? God dang it. Scorpion always gets mad. Where the hell's Wayne? Oh, he's off flying around again. Well, at least you don't have a stewardess on board with you, do you? On your helicopter? I probably scared Cam off. He's not talking anymore. All right, you guys are leaving me hanging here. Am I alone again? By the way, how's the sound? Because when I put my new monitor up, I had to move my microphone into a completely different location, and I'm not used to it quite yet. The life of a broke divorce, yeah. I don't know what that would be like. I don't really know. Carol and I have had our arguments, but nothing serious. we've never had a serious fight. Just fat men. Okay, what's wrong with that? Why did YouTube stop that? Are you fat shaming? I don't know why YouTube stopped that comment. So, Wayne, are you working Christmas this year? You went to see Chris? I don't know. Where's Andy? Andy didn't do anything either. Wayne typed that statement that says, when I asked him if he had a stewardess on board his helicopter, he typed in, no, just fat men. And Google hid that. They wouldn't allow it. So I had to let it be. You guys weren't doing anything, so I did it. I do know how to do that, at least. There's a lot of stuff I don't know how to do. No fat shaming. Yeah. I used to weigh 250. I lost about 50 pounds about 10 years ago. I was actually 255. And I lost about 50 pounds. It took me about a year and a half, almost 2 years to lose it all, because I didn't do it. I did it healthily. I went on a medical diet, and just took my time, and I lost about 50 some pounds. And like I said, that's 10, 12 years ago, and I still haven't gained it back. So I guess I'm doing okay. I still could lose a couple more pounds. Because I keep popping in over 200. Not by much, though. But the problem is I'm diabetic now. And I'm taking medicine that causes me not to be able to lose weight, which is crazy. There's some of the medicine I have that I can't lose weight. Or it's harder to lose weight. Thanksgiving and Christmas. Well, there you go. I'd divorce you too. Not home for the holidays. What the hell? So the thing with Carol and I, we've never had really knockdown, drag out fights. We've argued about things and that kind of thing. Now we're two different people though. I can be completely angry and lose my temper, and 15 minutes later I'm laughing about it. I'm happy-go-lucky. Carol gets mad, and I have to wait 2 or 3 days before she'll talk to me again. I think one of the things, though, is we've always been our own best friends. I literally, when you hear me say I don't have any friends, I literally do not have any friends. I had a friend of mine that I used to work with that we would go do stuff, and I would go to his house and he'd come to my house, and we'd do a lot of stuff together. We'd go out on weekends and do things. We'd go hunting, we'd go fishing, but he moved away, and that was 30 years ago, and I haven't had a friend since. I literally do not have even one friend. And every time I say that, people say, "But you have us." Well, that's true, but it's still not quite the same. I don't have anybody that I can just say, "Hey, I'm going to go over to Fred's house for an hour," or Fred's lawnmower's pooping out on him. I need to go help him with it. I don't literally have any friends. Now, Carol, she's got several friends that she does stuff with. But other than that, she's my only friend. And for the most part, I'm her only friend. We don't do anything that we don't do together. I mean, even if she goes grocery shopping, if she's not home by a certain time, you know, we're... and some people think, oh, you're checking up on her. No, it's a courtesy thing. It's like, you mean you call your wife after work every day? And I said, if I'm not going to be home on time, I do. Well, why? And I said, because it's courtesy. If I'm not home, well, for one thing, I worked in a different state. I had to drive. I had a dangerous drive. And so I don't want her worrying about me that I was sitting on the ditch someplace, you know. So yeah, I would call her and tell her, hey, I'm going to be home after 6 tonight. I've got a little bit of work I have to do at the office. And people say, oh, well, you know, that's you shouldn't have to do that. It's a courtesy thing. I do it for courtesy's sake. It's a thoughtful thing to do, that somebody doesn't worry. Now, I could see how some people, like Amy, you know, she'd have people that she went out with, or one of her husbands. The first thing they did when they came home is they would grab her phone out of her purse and go through the texts. Now what the hell's that about? Hey, Bane, do they still have great demands? I don't recall ever seeing one while playing 19. Yeah, they do. I had one earlier. Let me see if it's still available. If you go to your economics right here, this right here, you can tell. Now, this is your market. The red arrow means that this market price is on the downward trend. This one means that the market price is on an upward trend over time. Now, if you have a great demand, I think it's in blue. And let's see, I had one earlier when I logged on, but I don't see it anymore. But you do still have them. And I know that there's some YouTubers that I've seen that know a way to go in and check on them to see when they're going to happen. So they can actually kind of cheat a little bit and go see what the great demands are coming up. I don't do that, but because I really don't care. And the great demands show up, I think, in blue. So if this price was, this one was a great demand, that means for a period of time, that price will not change. Where, let's say this price right here, that's on an upward trend, if I go and dump a whole bunch of products that are, what is that right there? Is that barley? If I dropped a bunch of barley onto this place right here, that would make the price drop. And so the next couple of loads, each load that I put in there, the price is going to go down because I'm flooding the market with that product. But a great demand will stay the same. So that's what they do. It's not always the best price, but it's guaranteed to stay that price for a period of time. Well, that's true. That's true. Bane, what he's talking about is Scorpion and I have our own modded sell point. And mine happens to be right here. It's a one that we mod ourselves, and so we can change prices. And that's it right there. So if you do what I just did, prices should be different. Let's see. Sell point 150. That's ours right there. If you look at the prices, you're going to find better prices on everything. So on a general rule. And so you can see that it's $5.69 there. Now there's better prices on barley. So it's not always It's not always, but we can go in there and change those. Generally, it's a little bit better price than you'll find at other places. Like this is $8.90 for corn, where it's $8.42, $7.27, $7.71. Generally, it's a better price. We can adjust it by percentage, or you can adjust each crop. You can do anything you want with it. Kind of, sort of. Oh, I stole Andy out of his combine. I better put him back. Andy, get back to work. Where is Andy? Andy doesn't talk anymore. Something's wrong with Andy. He shows up late. Doesn't talk anymore. I think we've bored him or made him mad. Maybe, I don't know. It's easy to see why we make him mad, though, because I'm always giving him a hard time. He probably hates my guts. It doesn't do it like that anymore, but it does show up here in the right-hand corner. Oh, shoot. I don't have my cursor anymore. I keep forgetting without Courseplay, I don't have my cursor anymore. Up where it says Scorpion in the upper right part of the screen, it will pop up there, and it'll say great demand at Fisher Price, on corn. It just doesn't last very long, and it doesn't keep flashing. It will, if you go into your economics here, it'll be blue and it'll be flashing, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, in 15 it used to be better. Pardon me, meant to puke. Yeah, I think if I remember, I'm going to remod this truck to hold a little bit more, because it doesn't. I'd like to have it so that it empties the combine out. It doesn't quite empty the combine out now. I think I have it set for 50,000. Yeah, I do. It's 50,000 per trailer. I need to pop it up to 75,000 per trailer, and it'll get all of the corn. All right, let's put Andy back to work. Bye, Andy. There goes Andy. It flashes on the map too. Yeah, it does. I just never look at the map for some reason. That's okay, Scorp. All right, where's the corn? Yeah, I don't know. You've got to have, there's got to be more of a problem. If you're worried about something like that, there's got to be more of an issue than just, I don't get it. I often think, there's a saying, there's an old saying that is, a fox smells its own hole first. And the meaning of the saying is that if you've got somebody that thinks that everybody is stealing, then you're probably somebody that steals, because you think everybody else does too. That's what that means. A fox smells its own hole first. And so I'm thinking that if you're somebody that's sending dirty texts to other men or women, that you probably do that too. I mean, because for me, I can tell you, That sort of thing wouldn't even enter my mind. I wouldn't even think about something like that. I wouldn't even think that, oh, we both have cell phones now. I better check my wife's because she may be texting somebody else. That would never even enter my mind at all. Now, there could be more to it. We don't know. And so, for example, what I mean is, let's say the guy's been married 3 times, and and his 2 first wives did that kind of thing. He might be a little bit leery.
Advisory for warranty. It will be in effect from November 6th, 1 p.m. PDT until November 6th, 5 p.m.
Flooding warning from good old Elvira. Well, I had a friend of mine. He used to come over all the time. We worked ambulance together. I used to be a paramedic, and I actually was managed an ambulance service. And one of my EMTs was a guy that was a well, he was a mountain man. Let's put it that way. He lived up in the mountains, and he'd been married a couple times, and he'd had a couple girlfriends, and he used to come over to our house all the time, and had my little kids at home and stuff. What happened here? When did that change? That it was doing windrow. Anyway, he used to come over to the house all the time, and one day he said to me, "Rudy, how did you ever meet somebody like Carol?" He said, I'd love to have a woman like that. And here's the thing. So I asked him, I said, okay, well, let me ask you, where did you meet your first wife? And he said, in a bar. I said, oh, okay. How did you lose her? She ran off with another man. And where did she meet this man? In a bar. I said, okay. What about your second wife? Oh, in a nightclub. And I said, and how did she end up leaving? She ran off with the bartender. And I said, do you see a pattern here? Where'd you meet your third wife? Your current wife? In a bar. I said, do you see a pattern here? And he said, what do you mean? And I said, well, I think you're looking for women in the wrong places, man. You need to take a college course or join a church group, or, some kind of a social group. Maybe. What do you like to say? Western dance. Do you like what do they call that? Line dancing. Yeah. I said, take a line dancing class. Women like to dance. Disco was big back then. I said, take some disco lessons. Join a group. Join some kind of a group, a card playing or something, just some kind of, get away from the bar, man. And, so it's just, people, I don't know. He took my advice. He joined a local church group, and he met a girl that, swear to God, was made for him. She worked for the state in agriculture, and she was a tomboy, big time tomboy. The nicest gal, very pretty, but she dressed in jeans and t-shirts and wore overalls to work, and was not afraid to get her hands dirty. And remember, I told you this guy was a mountain man. He lived in a cabin that belonged to his great grandfather that didn't have running water. He got water from a local creek, and she loved it. So anyway, There you go. There's my story for the day. This reminds you of that song, Looking for Love in all... Oh, Scorpion beat me to it. Looking for love in all the wrong places. There's a joke about that. Why is that guy's nose brown? Because he's looking for love in all the wrong places. Okay, that was too much. You can censor that, Scorpion. Censor that out if you would, will you? Was that guy a one-song wonder? I don't ever remember him having any more songs. I don't know why I drove this guy into this field. I need to be in a field that needs the lime. This does not obviously need lime right at this moment here. Oh, I think I was going to do this field. Well, it shouldn't take long to do this field. It's a pretty small field. Mo Ederson, thank you. I appreciate it. And the Twinkies, thank you as well. Dancing Twinkies for you. Is it really? How the hell did that happen, Scorpion? No, I don't think so. It might have been. If it was Mickey Gilley, he had a lot of songs. But I don't think it was Mickey Gilley. Well, Mickey Gilley might have sang it, but I think somebody else had it, had the original record out. I'd have to look it up. But yeah, Mickey Gilley might have sang it as well. Anyway, Scorpion just reminded me it's time for me to go. So I hate to end it here, but I had fun today for some reason. I don't always. But I hope you did as well. And I hope to see you next time. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for keeping me company. And take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. And ta-ta for now. I will be back.